Ooh, now I gotta charge my laptop.
Hey, what's up, everybody? If I look a mess, it's because I feel a mess on the inside. But good thing as this is the jokes only zone, and we come here to work out our jokes. We're not here to talk about politics. We're not here to talk about religion. However, we are here to make jokes about these things if we have the jokes. And I am going to bring a friend of mine on today so that we can work jokes together. And yeah, we're gonna hit some new jokes. We're gonna hit some jokes that maybe you heard before, as we try to massage these jokes into becoming um, a real bit. I have them all over the place, and I really, really like, I got them on my stickies, and but I love y'all. I appreciate you showing up, and hey, let's get these jokes on the road. Sad is
What's up?
Sad. Say your last name.
You ain't even gonna try it.
No, I said it. I was no. I just wanted to hear you say it.
In Spanish,
Yes,
Anzoátegui.
Antuategi. That sounds indigenous. It does. It sounds indigenous.
Yeah. Um,
Antuategi.
yeah, I mean, I guess it just depends on how you say it too. In English, it's Anzoátegui. Doesn't have the same ring to it. It's
Nah, we're not doing that. No,
no.
we're
But
not doing.
yeah, it sounds like I hit you with the Anzoátegui. You're like, whoa, what's that?
That's aggressive. That's very aggressive.
It is aggressive. That's how it is.
But
I got some aggressive genes.
we all got them. We all come from the ancestors. So let me ask you: you are on Vida, but
Yes.
you've been a stand-up comedian for how long?
Woo. I first started doing stand up in 2005,
Okay.
and then it just like I started to really perform like in 2008 and 2009 and that. So I've been doing it, but I always write jokes. I'm always like, oh my gosh, and I get on my notes and my phone and I write it and I write it down. So, but when it comes to acting, it was like I had to to focus on one, and sometimes like
Well, that's the first joke right there. You on a TV show and you ain't got some good internet? What the hell? How you on 3 seasons of a show on Stars and you can't even access it because your internet doesn't work? That's the first joke.
there I am. Okay, sorry
Um,
about that, but they
just
try to
made a
get rid of
joke
me.
about you.
The internet tried to get rid of me, but nah.
I just made a joke about you.
I come back. I don't care. You can't get rid of me. I'm sorry. What'd you say?
No, I said I just did a joke about you. I said, how you gonna be on 3 seasons of a TV show on Power and can't even watch it because your internet is bad?
Dang, I can't hear you.
Jesus. And the jokes write themselves. Can you hear me?
It's all right. Jesus and the jokes.
Oh wow. So listen, can you hear me now? Can you, because we wanna
It's sort of like low internet, but it's
can
kind
everyone
of
hear me? So let me ask you
it's
this.
choppy.
Are people shocked that you
Huh?
do stand up? Do people now that know you as an actor, are they shocked when they find out that you are a stand up?
You know what? I'm gonna bring you closer because like it's weird. I hear what you're saying, asking me, and I haven't really been able to show much of else besides Vida. Vida was like this character, Eddie Martinez, that it was like the heart of the show. All the emotions is ran through this character. Everybody else's issues, everything. So it was really hard to do anything else. And so now I feel like I could express myself to people to show, that a little just a little bit more of who I am, and doing that kind of role is also like it was really painful. You know, like it was like this character went through a lot. So now I really need to laugh.
All right. Well, this is the place to do it. We come here, we work out our jokes, and I'll show you. I'll show you how we do it. We start. We talk about it. We talk through it. It is an interactive experience. So the audience is here, and they let us know how they feel about the jokes, and they're actually really good at it. They're pretty good. They show up, and we talk about it, and then we move on to the next joke. So I'll do one, and then you do one. So I'm working on this new joke. I have a friend in Hollywood. I wouldn't call him my friend because I don't really like him that much, but he's like the epitome of this Hollywood person, right? He's an elitist, he's superficial, he's materialistic, and he's kind of, he's a sucker ass dude. So he told me that I asked him, what fuels you? What is it that drives you to do what you do? And he said that when he was in high school, we love you too, Maya, that some of the kids in his class called them ugly. And that fueled him. And now he's super, super successful. And he was like, yeah, now I'm like, how you like me now? And I'm like, well, I guess now they're saying, yo, the ugly dude made it. I'm like, now you ugly and rich. Now you even more of an asshole. You don't ugly because you get rich. So that's a bit I'm developing, and it's about people being superficial and being, materialistic, and they think that because they become famous, it goes away. That all of their sins are absolved. Not that ugly is a sin, but I suspect that his ugliness has a lot to do with his insides, especially if he's trying to, shame, poverty shame people. But anyway, that's my joke. Your turn.
Well, I hope y'all can hear me well.
I can hear you.
I just moved to the spot, so the internet may be a little weird, so it's hard to hear, but I'm doing the best that I can. Let's see what I got here. Well, looking like the way I am and the way that I present myself, a lot of people just come up to me randomly and just confess all kinds of stuff. Like, I don't know what it is about me, but I know that people come up to me like 411, and it's not because I'm short. It's literally they want to find answers. Like, I'm Walter Mercado, can you please, like, am I gay? Am I queer? Like, if I do, and they like tell me all kinds of stuff, so it's like really interesting. They say like, how do you people have sex? They ask me stuff about myself. What's between your pants? They ask me that. What about scissoring, which is annoying because that's more of a mutual aid workout than a sex position. But I do get straight women question themselves with me all the times. They say, random places. It could be the street corner. It could just be like in a store. And they're like, excuse me, can I just ask you, do you think that I'm a lesbian or queer if I think about my best friend, or if I'm attracted a little bit? And I'm like, why? I don't know. Why me? Why me? I've asked, like, what do you think about her? Like, how? And this person was like, well, I think about her, and sometimes I feel like maybe I could kiss her. And I'm like, no, like, if you're talking about you like cis women, you like women, like, and you like, what, there's gotta be more, you gotta be into the WAP, you know what I'm saying? Or you got to be into what turns you on. And it's like, I'm just thinking, that does not make you gay. That does not make you queer. It's not a trend. It's not a trend.
It's not a trend.
So try it on.
So that's your premise, is that what you do, who you are is not a trend. It's not something that you can just jump in and jump out of.
Right. But people just like, I'm a directory and they just ask me anything.
That's funny that they think you're a directory of sexuality because you are non-binary.
Right. It's almost like a crystal ball, or like something so like fetishizing, you know, in a way. Like in reality, it's like fetishizing sometimes, you know, because people do like, oh, let's ask this, you know, they're smiling, they look nice. Like I have to literally go around looking like a Catholic school chola if I don't want people to talk to me.
Somebody said I get these questions every week. I'm a female carpenter. So that's funny. Let me ask you this. Maybe it's a tag or as a joke. Would you say, um, I just figured out what I am. You think I got time to figure you out too? Is that offensive?
Wait, say it again. See,
I said, if you say people seem to think that I'm a directory of sexuality, right? Like I have the crystal ball, and can you say I just figured out what I am? You think I got time to figure you out too?
right.
You know what I'm saying? This has been my life's journey is to figure me out and get me where I need to go. Now I got to figure you out too. Like, what am I like? What am I? Am I the, what is
The Google.
the Google? Like I'm the search engine for sexuality.
Googlealo.
I,
I'm like, said googlealo.
I know, say Google. Like you got to figure everybody else out too. Like what this, and you know what's funny? Why you can say is or somewhere you can take it. I know that all my girlfriends will ask my gay friend if the dude they just met is gay. They're like, "Do you think he's gay? Do you think he's on the down low?" I don't know why people always ask people who are not cis what to answer all the questions about sexuality, right? Is that,
Yeah.
oh, that's funny. Is there such thing as a gay compass?
What'd you say?
Some Don D. Rivera said, "Is there such a thing as a gay compass?"
A gay what?
Compass. It's right in front of you. A gay compass.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to rewatch this episode because obviously don't have high speed internet right now.
It's okay. It's okay. You just keep
Gay
writing.
compass. Oh, is there such a thing as a gay compass? Thank you for typing it out. Right. Like it's like that gaydar, but it's like search, you know, but me, I want to know if I'm maybe, you
Yeah.
know, and then they want to ask you stuff too because of my gender. Then they want to go into what's between your pants. I literally had that happen to me on a stand up when I was doing a open mic, and I was at a Starbucks and I was going over my set, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, you know, so can I ask you something? I was like, oh no, here it comes.
Yeah.
Are you like a guy or are you like a girl? What? And then it ends up that this guy is a stand-up comic going to the same one. When he saw me at the open mic, he said, I'm gonna please don't talk about what we talked about, please. I was like, I can't wait to get on that. He got on stage before me and left right afterwards. I was like, dang it,
Yeah.
that's not fair. You should stay.
So,
the least you can do, I charge. You know, you got to sit through my set. That's how I charge you.
so somebody said it when they ask you. This is a good one right here. When a woman says she wants to kiss her girlfriend, the only real question to see if she's gay is say, "Where do you want to kiss her?"
Wait.
Read it. It's on there. It's on there.
When a woman says she wants to kiss her girlfriend, the only real question to see if she is gay is where do you want to kiss her? Right.
That's like,
I mean, pretty much like where, because some people just want to like, they have crushes, but it could just be platonic, or it could be, we have so much like of the binary within sexuality too. It has to be this way or it's this way, or it's this way or it's this way. So it's not like that, you know. It's it's different for everybody, and that's okay.
That's just a
But you gotta want them. You know what I'm saying? You gotta really want to dive into whatever they have.
I wish that I had the courage to walk up to somebody and just say, "Can you tell me if I'm gay?"
Yeah, because I sometimes wear shimmery like coats, and they may think I'm Walter Mercado, like that he didn't die, you know, and then he never aged. But I'm like, all I can tell you is con mucho, pero mucho amor. You know, that's all I can do. I don't know.
That's hilarious.
But well, that's all I'll say because I want to get into more. I don't want to get into
No, you
trouble.
want to get canceled. I got another joke. So the joke for me, this joke is I figured out my mother is racist in the weirdest of ways. So my mom has been a drug addict or addicted to pills for many years. And I have two kids, and my kids are black, right? Because my kids are half me and half their father, who's Black American. And she's been on pills their whole lives, right? My brother had a baby with a white girl, and the baby has blue eyes, and my mom got clean. And I was like, you know, she's a racist because she got clean for the white baby. Look at you. You do this.
No.
She was 100% a racist. She got clean for the blue-eyed white baby named Benjamin. And I'm like, you are a racist.
That is straight up. I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. That's my people know my humor though. They know that I go in. Like my comedy is based on my truth. So that's my next joke said, you're up.
Thank you. I'm so sorry that I can't really hear all exactly the jokes just because I have very slow internet. I just moved into this space. People like me sometimes got to run away from people that like to attack us. So I
Gotcha.
lost a little weight because that is a lot, happens a lot. But I'm in a new space. Let's see. All right. So I'm they, them. I'm non-binary and my pronouns are they, them. And I've, been told, I can't say they, them. You're one person. I it's the grammar's not correct. I can't do it within a sentence. It throws me off. They're like, she, who, he, who, they. Oh, I can't.
You know what? You start signing your jokes.
But these people may not be able to say they, but they can lip sync to any rap song that makes up all kinds of stuff of words, and they're fine with it. They could be wop wop whopping, you know what I'm saying? Like that's not a word, but it is now, right? We can create it. But they're like, I can't say they. You're just one person. But they be twerking to, bootylicious. That's not a word, but Beyonce made it a word. You know what I'm saying? We could do
They
this.
can't say that. Do you go do you go on stage, and when you go on stage, do you immediately talk about your identity? Or are there times when you go on stage and just go straight into other material?
Well, I need to talk about this right now. Before, when I would do stand up, I wasn't masculine presenting. I had breasts that I would wear, and they were part of the show.
Okay.
So it was three of me, like, and I was, and then there was I've done some stuff later, and it was like when I remember when I did a show at Flappers, and it was I had accidentally my hair fell off. Like I went to the hair salon person, it was at her house, and she was watching one of my sketches, and she left the like this thing on my head, like basically a straightener on for like 40 minutes, and I was like, oh no, it's been 40 minutes. It burned all my hair. So I remember that I did go on. It was part of my process to like, I wore a beanie because I couldn't accept that my hair was falling off. And once I accepted that this attachment to my hair, then I was able to really kind of be born again in a way, like a phoenix rising from the ashes, the hair. Like I literally like came out like more masculine, but it was like, I really like this. I've always liked this look, but I was so scared to do it. So now so many people have said so many things to me, and I think it's important, to talk about gender in a way that comes from the actual person living the experience.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That's how you counter a Dave Chappelle, right? Because the instead of saying let's silence Dave Chappelle, you create a spectrum where people who identify as trans or non-binary have an opportunity to and have a microphone and a voice to tell their jokes, where it can counter that. And that's how you create an balance in comedy, as opposed to trying to silence somebody, because you're never going to silence people. But if trans people and non-binary people have an opportunity to get the microphone where they can tell their jokes and they can punch back and they can tell their stories, then now we cooking with grease, right? Like, because that's how now that women are able to talk back and able to say the things, because we have a lot more women. Not that we have that many, because we don't have that many, but you create balance by being able to punch back.
Yeah. Thank you for that. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's important for you to have a voice, and you give a voice to. Nobody's going to be able to make a joke about your identity better than you.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If I was only like able to get on stage, like, or be there to be like Dave Chappelle, maybe I could open for you, whatever, or all the different kinds of stand-up comics that have talked mad crap about transgender people, and we're not even really we're just talking about one specific type of person, as opposed to all different kinds of people that are trans, that are non-binary. So it's like really just like, it's not fair, exactly like you said. So it's cool. Yeah, I wish now I'm like, oh, now I could tell these jokes now.
Yeah, that's great. That's a good idea, because I open for Corey Holcomb, right? Corey Holcomb has a lot of material that bashes women. And a lot of people call him a misogynist, and they don't like his comedy because they feel like it's dark. But what he did was, because I challenged him, was he took me on the road, and I would do my jokes and he would do his jokes. So it was it wasn't oppressive. The other, he also let me sell my material and let me make money, paid me more than what they were paying me. Just he created a place of balance so that it wasn't just him punching down. It was just him giving his perspective, his point of view, but it also gave me a platform, and I was able to, shit on him back.
That's awesome. That's perfect.
So I was, my next joke is about when kids were young, when we were young, where I come from, we used to play the dozens, right? And I was always reluctant to play the dozens. And I figured out now that I'm older that the reason I didn't want to play the dozens is because I had the most fucked up family on the block. Like, I had the most issues on the block. So, if I was talking to somebody and say, hey, you got some dirty shoes, that's why you got on those Pro Wings, they would be like, yeah, that's why your uncle fucked the crackhead for it. Like, it would just be like, they would always get me with the worst because I had the most material. So that's why I never played the dozens. So I'm working on my bit about and I'm going to use different examples of like me saying, oh, that's why your dog ran away. And they'd be like, yeah, that's why your daddy ran away. I had too much material to give them, so we could never have what we're just talking about now. So people would start playing the dozens, and I'd be like, yeah, I'm cool. I'll be over here at the ice cream truck. Y'all go ahead. Y'all got that.
Oh man.
My family would give anybody the most material. What you next.
Oh, I'm sorry, Aida. I can't hear the jokes. I wish
Okay.
I can see them, but it's fun. It's interesting. You can hear me though.
I hear you.
So people, I'm going to continue on it because there's too much they, them I need to talk about. But people have said this in their, different situations on stage, off stage, and they say, you're too sensitive.
Uh-huh.
You're a snowflake, I heard. Or, I see that on Twitter,
Yeah. I like that. Kudos.
And I'm just, and the thing is, like, if they say, if I call you the wrong thing, like if I say she, you get all butt hurt. And I'm telling you that majority of the people saying this are Latin American women, like Chicanas, Mexicanas, Central American. I'm like, excuse me, but when you talk about Mexico, have you ever said Mexico the wrong way to a Mexican? They even say the word, the country, Mexico, just different. They're just like, what'd you say about Mexico? I just said Mexico. That's it. I'm gonna get the chancla right now. I'm telling you, I'm like, you're talking about me. You have a president who's like literally saying, that Mexicans are criminals and rapists. And you gonna tell me that words don't matter, then I'm too sensitive. Come on now.
You punching back on the snowflake, right? You pushing back on the snowflake.
Snowflake.
I look at the dozens because they just gave me like they give me like tags and notes in the. I always read the comments. So you basically want to say we sensitive, but when they call you a snowflake, do you think they call you a snowflake because you are non-binary? Do you think they call you a snowflake because you are a liberal, or do you think they call you a snowflake because you're a Democrat?
Okay, so the snowflake is Twitter and Instagram. The people I know say you're too sensitive.
But online,
so I'm like reading, and it's like snowflake.
Yeah. But why do you think they think you're a snowflake? Is it because you address certain things online that you think are not okay? Or is it
because I may say something that's like, oh, well, I'm they, them. Snowflake. Oh, your butt hurt, and I called you a they, a she. That's what they're saying.
When you
get butt hurt that I said the wrong word.
Somebody said you a snowflake because you too close to your ring light right now.
Here, it's really low, but thank you, kudos. That's a little joke for them.
Kudos, joke. So okay, so you are, and so your response to that in way of a joke is when you say I'm a snowflake, and then you say, but you get upset, you get offended when, and then what's your retort?
Right. I guess the snowflake is more like the right wing people, more maybe. Mm-hmm. The too sensitive is the Latin people, Latinx, you know what I mean? The people I know in person.
Well, everybody's too sensitive for the people who want to oppress you, right? Like if they want to say the N word, they want to call you F word, they want to shit on you being, a descendant of a slave. You too sensitive because we're not letting you fuck you in the ass with no Vaseline. But then when you turn around and say you fuck your cousin, they were, wait a minute now. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I go too far? My bad. So you're nicer than I am. I go in, right? Because I feel like the way that those people learn is in their own language. They're not going to learn through sensitivity, right? So you're working on, your premise is they call you a snowflake because you don't want to be called out of your name.
Right.
Okay, so then you explain what being out of your name is. But my perception is if you say something like, hey, you think I get offended when you misgender me and call me out of my name, but it's not cool when you call me out of my name, right? I don't appreciate that, because when you call me this, you're calling me out of my name. And then you're like, well, why you get so mad when I call you a fuckboy? I'm doing the same thing. I'm calling you out of your name.
Yeah.
Is that too much?
Thank you.
Is that too much? Somebody said Vaseline is a terrible anal lubricant. All right.
Yeah, don't use Vaseline for anal lubing.
That's a good joke.
But I'm glad you're pleasuring or looking ways to pleasure yourself.
I was telling people that I've been doing Zoom shows. This doesn't feel like a Zoom show for me, because here, I get it's an interactive experience, but I'm working out the jokes. I don't feel it's not like a Zoom show for me. But Zoom shows made me consider prostitution. Like, I rather go sell my ass to a stranger than to tell jokes on a computer while somebody's dog walks across the living room. So I feel like the worst. Like, I hate it. I hate doing these Zoom comedy shows. So here I'm working out. This is not, I don't feel the pressure of having to do an actual set, a comedy set, because I'm working out jokes. But when I do stand up on Zoom, I just hate life. Have you ever done a Zoom comedy show?
No, I haven't done a Zoom comedy show yet.
People's children in the living room. You see the dog. I did one. It was bad. One day I did a set. It was so bad. The dog barked, but the man didn't laugh. It makes you. It makes me feel so bad. So I'd rather not do a Zoom show.
When the dog gets more laughs than you.
The dog gets more laughs than you. The baby. And the thing is that the audiences on Zoom shows don't give a fuck, right? They will loud, turn the kitchen light off. Like in the middle, they don't even bother to put it on mute. It is the worst. It's the worst.
I saw some clips of people like, oh, going to the bathroom and all that.
Oh, I like this. Okay, your turn.
All right. I hope that now there could be other kinds of stand-up shows, but I don't know if it's that safe. I saw you do one drive-through one at the Magic Castle. How was that?
It was great. The only thing that was weird was that they give them clappers. Those clappers, like because you
clappers?
Can't. Lo quiero también. You can't hit honk the horn in Hollywood because of a
honk their horn.
They can't honk the horn, so they have clappers.
That's like how they laugh. honk, honk, honk.
But you could hear them laughing though. It was actually Bill Burr crushed. We had a good show. It was, but it was just weird because people were in their cars.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did. My joke was this is a new joke. It's like when you walk out with no mask on, it feels like you're having sex without a condom. And every time you go home, you're like, Lord, please don't let me have AIDS. You're like, oh God, I don't have AIDS. Because that's what it feels like when you are walking around when you have no mask. Sometimes you just want to risk it all. You be like, come on, girl, give me a hug. I haven't seen you in 6 months. And wearing a mask makes you feel like a condom now. It's so weird.
Just poke your head out.
Ouch.
It's not worth it.
Poke your head out.
Oh man, that's very dangerous. Who knew it'd be dangerous to breathe? You know.
Yep. Now you got what else? You got anything else?
Yeah. Well, I have okay, well, I do have this one that I've been wanting to say for a while.
Say it, say it, say it.
To all my BIPOC people, Oppression Olympics has been canceled due to COVID. So as well, so start participating.
So let me ask you, within the LGBTQIA plus spectrum, is there an Oppression Olympics in there?
Ah, yeah, it's like like total, like every year, like every year Oppression Olympics, like all the time. Yeah, I mean, it is what it is too, but it feels that way, you know, for sure. And I understand too, because like I don't know what people are going through, but people do assume that I don't go through things too, and but gender is a real big part, like genocide, because it really begins with the gender reveal parties. Okay, that's the gender genocide. You burn shit, and it's like the child's so scared to come out, they only have two choices. Is in reality, if you are trans and you're like, hey, I'm gonna you take hormones and that's it. Like eventually, but that's all that separates us. So it's just like, so anyway.
But I think there's something there. Said that a gender reveal party is genocide. Like, I think there's a good joke in there, like, and look, that the universe tried to tell you something when you set a fire that was on trended #1 on Twitter.
It's not the way to do it, people. Mother Nature's like, get the fuck off me. Get out of here.
That's a good joke.
Going backwards.
That you know what, let me tell you something. This is the first time that I thought about that from that perspective, because you don't ever. My sister had a gender reveal party. Like, you never even think about it, because she has no concept that she would be doing that to a baby. You know what I'm saying? So I think it'd be funny if you made a joke about that, because I think that's funny that a gender reveal party is actually genocide.
Yeah, I think so too. Thank you, because people talk about it that not a lot of times from the perspective of the fact that it caused damage, as opposed to, and we don't need to know what your child has a penis, or you know what I mean. Like some people were saying, but there's more to it than that too. But yeah, my parents also had a gender reveal party for me, and they were totally wrong. So
yeah, it'd be fun. They're not funny, not to make light of it, but it is.
yeah.
Fuck it, we're doing jokes. Is that it's really funny when you do a gender reveal party and you find out that you having a boy, and then your baby comes out a hermaphrodite, and now what you gonna do? What you gonna?
Oh, you mean intersex?
Yes, is that what? I'm sorry, is hermaphrodite
Right.
incorrect?
That's what?
Is hermaphrodite a politically incorrect term, or is it?
Yeah, I think now it's evolved. It's left behind to really talk about intersex, the fact that people are born with more than one genital,
Okay,
and
intersex.
and
Okay.
they're intersex, yeah, and then they're put through these surgeries before they even had a choice or a voice to speak out. Their parents will decide what gender they will be raised in, and then they'll find out when they're going through puberty that they're going through all these other things that other people aren't going through, and that's when they find out, possibly.
Well, I didn't. So I'm glad you told me. My daughter texted me right now and said intersex, because I didn't know, and so I appreciate you telling me, because now I know that that's not the proper term. So intersex, and that's what the I is for on the LGBTQIA plus. Got it. All right. So that's even an easier word to say, also.
Yeah, you see,
So
exactly. Like, what do you do when you have, best of both worlds, baby? And people are like, oh, but we have a choice only. We only have one or the other.
Oh Lord. So what if you did a joke about how the new words that the words are actually better because they're easier to say. For example, is there what is before people said transgender, what was the term?
Oof. There's different. I really don't want to say it because it's kind
Not
of like,
no, but
but
I'm saying not offensive terms, but
oh,
what were the terms that people said that evolved? Because like
cross dressing, maybe cross dressing, transvestites.
okay, so
It's
transvestite you don't
this.
say anymore.
They make up words from the outside to like look in and be like, this is what they are. So we within the medical world, they a lot of times don't even consider non-binary and transgender people. So a lot of times it's like a disformity, or like looked at from, that's how the medical field was, or a mental health problem.
Got
And
it.
so yeah, it's difficult, but now it's like more, it's starting to trickle down into working doctors and, to therapists and that kind of thing.
Got it. Got it.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you telling me. You know what? Like people get mad at me sometimes, and they're like, "Oh, you're always pandering. You're always trying to do this." I'm like, I don't want to hurt in somebody's feelings. Like I don't get anything out of that. If you don't want to be called that, then don't call a person that. I don't want nobody calling me a spicy, hot, spicy Latina. Like I'm not a goddamn taco. Like people do say something. This casting lady was like, "Oh, we got a feisty, hot, spicy," always describing me like I'm of some food. I'm like, bitch, am I gonna call you a bland burger? Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
A bland burger.
Yeah, I'm like you bland. Yo.
I know, because what's your food? What's your food?
Yeah, I'm like they always describing us to be this. We always like some like my daughter told me was telling me like you don't describe like dark skinned black women by calling them chocolate. Like it's edible. Like they do that with Puerto Ricans too. They'll be like, she a butter pecan recan. And I'm like, why ethnic people always gotta be described through food? Like do we walk around saying, you some stale ass, macaroni salad? Like what the fuck is wrong with you? Like you ain't got no salt. This is corny. It's really ridiculous, and they do it all the time. So my daughter told me because my daughter's I'll say you a beautiful chocolate girl. She's like, don't call me mom. You're describing me as I'm not like candy. I'm a human being, and that's how you grow. You learn, right? Like no people stop objectifying people like that.
I love that. Like, I was just thinking about if there was this white dude, a beefy white dude, be beef jerky. I don't know. It's just like beef jerky. Mom, beef jerky.
Oh my goodness.
Beef jerky, you know what I'm saying? Because yeah, you're right. Like we don't do that for a lot of people. It's just like the spicy is always the spicy. The dancing spicy.
Yo, Katie, I come through, Katie. Katie said, my creamy mayo complexion, though. It's true. It's like people are the description of the women.
Veganese, please.
Yeah, you veganese, Katie.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Macaroni and butter white girl. Skinny like
they just hungry.
It's like people do that. It's just ridiculous. Like it was anyway, I think that's funny too. Always describing us as ethnic in terms of our food. That may be somebody's joke. I don't even know. Oh, so I have my new joke is that I retired from social justice because it's hard to defend people it's hard to fight for people that you hate.
Missed it. I missed it. I'm sorry.
I said I retired from social justice because it's hard to fight for people that you hate.
That's where I'm how?
You marching.
I'm like, fool.
Yeah, we marching and you turn around and you like, I don't even like these bitches. I'm going home. Let me fight for y'all hoes. I don't even like y'all. It's so that so much pressure. But you said this the wrong way. It's like a lot of us say things the wrong way. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got feelings. Everybody. Whether we want to believe it or not. I see you, Mally Spencer. Are they orange? Beef jerky versus turkey jerky. Yes.
I was just thinking about that.
Well, I talk about my own people. I'm like, it's like you jump up and you say I'm a fight, and then you realize you the one getting your ass beat. You know, like you sitting there like let's go, looking like Braveheart, and then you turn around and you fighting both sides. And you know what? I was like, I'm going home. I rolled up my banner. I got rid of my hashtags. I deleted my tweets. I just went home and said, fuck all these people. What's up, Joseph Greer the third? Let's see. Your turn. We got 9 minutes left.
I remember we did a panel and it was like the Game of Thrones for Latinx people. Woo!
That's fun. Everybody was fighting. And the funny thing is, like, the whole time I was on mute. I was like, hey, man.
It's on mute.
Burn. Yeah, we burning each other down. The white supremacists are sitting at home saying, it worked.
I worked.
No, they're saying it worked.
It works. Yeah.
They're setting each other on fire. Ooh, I got 2 more jokes. It's your turn.
Okay, I'll just do this last one then. Do you know someone? Huh?
You do more than one if you want.
Do one?
No, you can do as many as you like. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Do you know someone who is such an asshole their dog commits suicide?
Oh no, do you?
I think that's maybe why Trump doesn't have a dog. Maybe. But I think that's our ticket. It's not the Latino, Latina, Latine vote or the Black people vote. It's literally, you got to show Trump beating a dog, and that'll get the white women to not vote for him. That's the way. I think you have to the dog has to take one for the team, because PETA will come after him. Then all of a sudden he'll get less votes, and the whole nation will hate him because he beat a dog. Not because they're children in the cages. Not because women are getting hysterectomies in detention centers. No. Not because they're killing Black people. Police are just completely just disregarding Black and brown lives. No. It's because of that. I think that's the ticket.
I think you got something there. You should start working on that joke before. You should work it before the election. What's it going to take for these white women to stop following Donald Trump? And it might just be the dogs, because the
Karens have to.
The people. Somebody said a white dog too. It better be a white dog.
White dog. Yeah. Plus, on top of it, it can't be a Chihuahua. It cannot be a Black Labrador. It has to be a white dog.
Thank you, Sarita. Dogs lives. Then you'll see the Dogs Lives Matters.
Dogs Lives Matter.
Black Lives Matter posters now. I feel like I don't trust them anymore. When I see the people having them on their windows, I'm like, they're just trying to keep their windows from getting broken. They don't care about no damn Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter.
They don't care.
They become the pink ribbon. The pink ribbon, the new pink ribbon. That's what the Black Lives Matter signs are.
Yeah. Nah, it makes me want to like break their windows when I find that out. I'm like, I want to do it on purpose.
So you said you had some more jokes.
Here it says Karens love their pumpkin lattes and their poodles. Yeah.
Yep.
Shut down Starbucks and beat a dog.
There you got two things. That's your list. How do you keep white women from voting for Trump? He's got to beat a dog, shut down Starbucks. He needs to shut down yoga studios. Yoga studios. What else? Break it down. Joseph said, break it down. So here we go. That's a good bit. The way to get white women to stop voting for Donald Trump is, we said it, beat a dog, close a Starbucks, shut down the yoga studios, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is crazy. The drive-by.
Whole Foods, Sprouts, Lassen's. All of them.
I know. Katie said that'll be Obama and Biden's fault too.
Somehow he'll get away with it.
Hilarious. Well, I don't play from kid children.
They get more offended at grab them by the dog pussy than they would grab them by the pussy.
Oh.
Is that too much?
No, grabbing that's a good one. Y'all were grabbing the wrong pussies. If you'd have been some cats.
How dare you? That's my Fluffy.
Yes, you'd have grabbed some cats. Now you got action. You thought
they don't care about their own pussies.
Yes, you thought somebody said get rid of kale. It's horrible.
Get rid of kale.
That's really funny.
I want to see a montage of white women crying. Oh wait, that happens every day.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I'm so, you know, what's funny is that I feel like my depression of being locked up in the house could be of service to other people. That I'm so depressed that I could talk a depressed person out of their own depression. I make them not want to kill themselves and end up wanting to kill me if they stayed on the phone with me for 30 minutes. I'm like, that's what I can do to help people right now. I put on Instagram and I'll say, hey guys, hey ladies, hey non-binaries, hey, and then I go down the whole list of everybody. Hey indigenous people, hey Asians from Puerto Rico. Like it's a whole list of people. I say anybody who's feeling down right now and you feeling depressed and you thinking you having bad thoughts, call me. I'll talk you out of whatever it is that you're doing. I will bore the shit out of you so bad that you will want to talk to you would try to come to my house to beat my ass instead of hurting yourself. That's how I help society.
I really like that one. I could hear what you were saying though. That's why too. I love all your jokes.
I love you too.
That's hilarious.
I love you too. And I'm so glad. Look, I learned something today. Play your favorite songs. Play your favorite songs.
What?
Man. What else you got? You my guest.
That's it right now.
Okay. So will you come back and work out some more jokes with me?
I would love to. This is so much fun.
Yeah, we just come and we work out jokes. We talk about how the process of writing jokes and telling jokes. And we try not to get into the political conversations unless we are talking about jokes, because everything is a political conversation right now and it's exhausting. And I don't want to have a conversation with somebody who's an expert on everything and is so self-righteous that they think they're so awesome that they don't get anything wrong. And, you know, you have conversations with people. You ever notice that everybody now is a political pundit? But it's funny because it's interesting to me that somebody will say to me, hey, You need to stop talking about politics and stick to comedy. You don't know what you're talking about. And then I'll go to their page and find out they're a construction worker. And you know what you're talking about? I just went down all your entire platform. You sat up there and told America everything you knew about politics and told me I don't have a right to talk about it. Really late? Get out.
Nah, they obviously don't know what stand-up comics are, and they're artists, and they're always going to be talking about what we face in society, what's going on, the societal ills, the problems, the issues, the ironies, the hypocrisies. We got to point it out.
Yep.
Stand-ups are the story, or the truth tellers. So yeah, they don't know anything, but it's true. It's so funny because everybody does. They go, it's like they want to come onto you and say, come onto your page and talk all this crap, but then they have 0 posts, or they just talk crap on everybody else's.
No, they say stuff. You got to trick them when they'll say, what about Benghazi? And then you say, what about Benghazi? Tell me what happened. They don't know. They just know to say Benghazi, but they don't have any information on why they don't know why they're even saying Benghazi. And I'll say something like, what did Benghazi do? Oh, what did he do? You know what he did? He hid. He's the one that put Hillary's emails out there, and you're like, get out of here with the bullshit. Get out of here with it.
Yeah, I think it gets people high. Just any sort of argument they can jab at you, it's like they're shooting up, or they're taking a, they're like, ugh, and that's it. It's instant gratification. But there's no depth to it. It just comes from destruction. It's like little mini Trumps everywhere, just interrupting Bidens and talking shit.
Wow.
Fox News parrot.
I'm still working on it. I thought I would have it by now, but I had so much stuff going on. But when Joe Biden been hanging out with Black people for so long that when Donald Trump was talking, he was like, "Shut up, clown." He didn't say, "Wow, what the audacity." He was like, "Shut up, clown," and just laughed at his face. He got a little swag to him.
I don't think he sees Biden. I think he sees Obama.
Yeah, exactly. Well, if you're not white and rich in the top 1%, we're all Obamas to him. And that right there is the end. We're not getting into politics, guys and ladies, and our non-binary friends and our trans friends. We learned today a new term. I did that. I know what intersex really means. And for those of you who are here, thank you for being here today. Said, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. You got to come.
Thank you so much. Through all the technical difficulties, I don't care. I'm going to be here. We're going to be here for each other. I had so much fun. I love doing this. I love you. Thanks for being who you are and speaking your truth, and keep doing it. I love you. Always support you.
I love you, and I'll support you too. I hear you, Elizabeth. Everybody has a right to think and believe what they want to. What we have to learn is how to understand and to give people an opportunity to say something instead of, oh boy, yesterday. I say have a beautiful rest of the week. On Friday, we will be back tackling the headlines with some humor. I hope you are all well. You are blessed abundantly and safe, regardless of what this government tells us. We are stronger together. We are the answer, and we are the question and the answer all in one. Think for yourselves. Don't let these machines and these platforms and these applications think for you. We are brilliant when we want to be, if we choose to be. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful night, Elizabeth Kennedy. I see you, my queen. And we'll be back on Friday with Truth Serum. Love you, Said.
Love you. Thank you, everybody.
Have a great week. Right.